Hello, my name is Peter Fernando, and I'm doing a technical report on the subject of artificial intelligence for GIT 335 at Arizona State University. Um, I'll get to it. So, what is AI? It's basically every computer system that does smart or intelligent things. It's not limited to computer system, but for the purposes of this presentation, we're going to talk about computer systems. It's essentially something which has the capacity to think and to process information and make decisions based on that information. So typically we think of AI as really sophisticated, but this isn't actually what AI is. AI is a very broad term which describes many different types of man-made systems which display characteristics of intelligent beings. Examples vary from just old robots to software that's found in your smartphone. We've probably all seen fictional characters that are AIs, like C-3PO in George Lucas's Star Wars movies, or TARS from Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. These are obviously science fiction, but they are not unreasonable expectations for what levels AI could be developed to. AI has potential, but we're a long way from creating droids like C-3PO or TARS. In my opinion, I think it's entirely possible to create AI like that, AIs which are actually smarter than humans. We need to be careful doing so, though, because there's we need to be careful because there's ethical concerns. So, AI has been a reality for quite some time. For example, many computer systems which we use today are technically simple forms of AI. Calculators, which are used for maths, are simple AI systems. You ask it to do a small operation, and it does it. It accepts an input and reacts accordingly. There are, of course, more sophisticated AI systems which we use all the time, like autocorrect on your smartphone. Uh, Automatically corrects your spelling. That's an example of an AI system which is making observations of your typing habits and acts accordingly. Even more advanced AI, which we encounter every day, includes the bots in video games which are programmed to compete against human players or against other AIs. You've probably played a game which you had really difficult levels, or maybe a boss that was really hard to beat. Those are examples of difficult AIs. They're difficult because they're designed to be difficult. They're designed to be like that. Um, so, let's see what else. So, AIs are becoming very, very smart and intelligent. IBM's Deep Blue was able to beat Gary Kasparov in 1997. Gary Kasparov was a acclaimed chess champion. Uh, that was possible because the programmers created a program which was capable of making really good decisions, at least on chess. On the subject of chess, it made good decisions. AIs, they can have conversations with people. Cleverbot is a computer program which you can chat with. It's found online at cleverbot.com or something like that. It has potential to gather information and can repeat information which it uses, uh, which it gathers from whoever's typing into it. Many people can be fooled into thinking Cleverbot is a real person, but it's actually not. It's just a program that knows how to regurgitate information. Siri, Apple's personal assistant for the iPhone, and also Cortana for Microsoft. Cortana's on Windows 10 if you haven't already used it. These are also softwares which can have conversations with you. You can even give them voice commands and they will often understand you and do exactly what you tell them. For example, I tell Siri on my phone to play a specific song through Apple Music and she does it. It's pretty neat. So, ideally, or maybe not ideal if you're afraid of AI, and I'm going to discuss about that later. Ideally, we want AI to be even smarter than it already is. They should be able to make intelligent decisions independently. Good AI would be able to analyze a situation which was completely foreign to it, as in, like, it was not programmed to deal with that situation. It's completely new stuff. And it's going to be able to make some kind of action. Really smart AI would have common sense and be able to adapt to whatever it's doing or whatever it's asked to do. Ideally, that AI needs to learn. It needs to teach itself things rather than everything it knows being programmed by a real person. If AI is to become really smart, it must evolve on its own. That's called self-evolution, self-evolving. AIs are definitely not as refined as we would like them to be. For example, I can ask Siri to play my favorite song. I say, Siri, play my favorite song. And ideally, it's going to go to Apple Music and analyze which song I play the most or has the highest ratings or whatever. But instead, Siri might start playing the song, which is titled My Favorite Song by Ryan Adams and the Cardinals. Would not recommend that song. It's not what I asked it to do, really, but technically it's doing what it understood. So to make something ideal, it shouldn't do stuff like that. It needs to understand dual meanings. So how can we create something which is ideal? One way that to create AIs, which we've seen like in science fiction, one approach is the microanatomical model, and that focuses on the physical structure and molecular content of intelligent beings, such as like rats or humans or apes, whatever it is. And essentially, you write a program that emulates a real brain or creates hardware which copies the structure found in organic life and uses those patterns to create an artificial intelligent system. Another possibility for creating AI is quantum computing. Quantum computing has potential to be extremely powerful because it can process more than binary information. This is similar to our organic organisms. They use a whole bunch of different elements to create molecules, and those create cells, and cells create organs, and you put that together, you have an organism, an intelligent organism. But imagine creating that organism with just two elements. That's basically what binary ones and zeros encompasses. So if you want to do AI with just ones and zeros, it's much more complicated. Well, I don't know, it's more complicated, but it requires very complex patterns. So quantum computing allows us to use other values beyond just ones and zeros. Like in quantum computing, you can have a value be both a 1 and a 0 at the same time. It's kind of complicated. I don't really understand it. But anyways, it gives us more possibilities to explore for creating AI. It's probably pretty powerful. So ethics, if you've ever read the Frankenstein book by Mary Shelley, it's a book about this guy named Frankenstein who creates a monster. And that monster is basically a person, has a brain, it knows how to think, it learns how to read and write and whatnot. And basically that monster is a person. So if we create really intelligent artificial intelligence, like we have to ask the question, is that intelligence actually a person? Even though it's artificial, is it a person? Should that person have rights? If so. So that's a concern. Also, super intelligence. That would be something that has evolved to be more intelligent than real humans. That could be cool. Also could be not cool. It could be pretty scary if they're smart enough. They might exterminate the human race and create like a new era of advanced superhumans. Who knows? It could be like Ultron or, like in the Matrix. Scary stuff could happen. We'd basically be creating aliens, but they wouldn't actually be aliens because they came from Earth. But you know what I'm saying. There are dangers, just trusting AI to do things. Like if you create an artificial intelligence to maybe pilot a plane and then that plane crashes, then people are going to get mad about that. They're going to blame whoever designed the AI. They'll blame the AI itself. Ethics, So realistic expectations for artificial intelligence. Realistically, there's a lot of developing to do before we're going to see cool droids like in Star Wars or advanced virtual reality systems like in the Matrix. Those are extremely complex systems, and while they are certainly not impossible, I do doubt that they will exist in the foreseeable future. Siri and Cortana, which I talked about on the iPhone and on Windows 10, those assistants, they're more likely to be the prevalent artificial intelligence of our time. Those systems, they have a lot of potential, and they have smarts and can do a lot. They can be implemented into technology so that you can own droids which will do limited functions, such as like cleaning your house or taking care of your pets, feed your pets, water your plants, maybe drive you to work, do stuff like that. But I doubt that AI will be doing activities such as caring for children or making important making important political decisions. It's not going to do really important things. We're always going to need people to do that because nobody's going to trust a machine to make important decisions like that. They're just too unpredictable. I do think that there's a big future for AIs, though, and I'm very excited to see what kind of process and what kind of progress we're going to be making in my lifetime. So here's my citations. I went on these sites and learned a lot of the stuff that I just told you. Alright, have a good day. Thank you for watching.